This is the first Solid Signal podcast for the year 2018. Wow, talk about it. 2018 is going to be a big year for the Solid Signal blog. Some of the things I have planned, I hope they all come to fruition. So I don't want to necessarily jinx myself by telling you all what they are. But if everything works out, you will see a completely new and interesting and revitalized Solid Signal blog in the coming months, full of the kind of content that you're looking for, even more of it, even easier to find, and with an even more stable database structure. If any of you have noticed, our database seems to have been struggling a little bit lately over the last month or so, over the weight of, believe it or not, over 15,000 pieces of content, and I just don't think that the current system was designed for something like that. So look ahead to the future for something really exciting happening there. But that's not really what we're going to be talking about here today at the podcast. Today's podcast is a little bit more about looking back to the past. You know, I've seen a whole bunch of what I would have called obsolete technologies come back lately. And by lately, I mean the last couple of years. You know, first it started with vinyl records. I still don't understand what millennials see in vinyl records. The truth is, yes, there is a difference, but I'm not sure that it's a better difference. It's just a matter of expectation. Last month, I heard that paperback books are having their best year ever, and that surprises me because I always read everything using a Kindle app or some other e-reader app. I just don't read paper books anymore. It's not only bad for the environment, but also it's just darn inconvenient. So if those technologies can come back, why can't just plain old watching television come back? Not that television has really ever gone away. However, if you think about it, we now DVR and skip commercials and watch a second screen. We do an awful lot, and television watching is just sort of a baseline. It's not an all-consuming activity, which at one point it was. You know, think about it. You go to a movie, you turn off your phone. You go to the theater, you turn off your phone. You go to the concert, you probably don't turn off your phone, but you probably don't pay attention to it. Why can't you just sit down in front of the television, put the remote out of easy reach, put the phone out of easy reach, and just get into television watching? I mean, even watch the commercials at full volume. Get an idea what it was like 25 years ago to really watch television, to enjoy the experience at the pace that it's designed to be presented, especially if you're watching retro TV, whether it's a new program that's designed to fit that old 30-minute sitcom kind of mold, or if it's an older TV program. Sit there and watch and sit through the commercials and deal with the timing and just force yourself to be in that moment. Being mindful seems to be a really big thing right now. And why can't you do mindful TV watching? As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to name this podcast Mindful TV Watching. It's just something kind of neat to try. Okay, I'm not saying never ever use the remote, never ever skip commercials. Sometimes you just want to get through an episode, especially if you're binge watching something that has commercials in it. Totally get that. But, you know, there's just something about actually being present for every moment of that television program, not taking your eyes off the screen. If it's really quality TV, if it really deserves that kind of attention, why not give it that kind of attention instead of live blogging or tweeting or Instagramming it constantly? Nothing against those things, but, you know, when you're really dealing with quality television, you know, there's a lot to miss if you look away for just 1 second. So don't do it. The neatest thing is, unlike adopting vinyl records or paperback books, you don't have to jump into a whole new technology, or at least a whole old technology, in order to really embrace this. Just like I said, put the remote in the other room, put the phone in the other room, and just live the television program. Sit back for half an hour or an hour or whatever it takes, and just live that. Just experience that. Decide whether or not you are better or worse off doing it. Because it's funny. 25 years ago, we used to talk about turning the TV on and zoning out and how that was a bad thing. But we used to do it, and it was part of our relaxation ritual. Today, it seems like there is no such thing as a relaxation ritual, which is kind of sad, I have to admit. You know, we really have to do a better job, I think, of relaxing. That's it for this week. Talk to you soon.